So there we go. Okay, we are recording, and just so I can remember what this is for, this is our So You've Sponsored Now What kind of a training of some of you guys have sponsored a lot. Some of you guys are fairly new to sponsoring, and some of you may be on here and not have sponsored at all because maybe you're nervous and not really sure what to do. So no matter where you are in your journey, me and Carrie and all of our leaders here are here to help you guys out. So we are excited. Carrie and I are going to kind of be tag teaming this because we both have some great information that we want to share with you guys to help you to be the best sponsor you can be. The first thing that I want to preface it with is that it's really important to know that you don't have to know everything. And I think that's one of the, if I could just offer one piece of advice, is that you don't have to have all the answers. And I used to think that, and I would go crazy, feeling like I needed to find everything and be the source of information, and I was going crazy. So now that you're sponsoring, just realize that that's not your job. Your job is to motivate and to inspire your new team member, to lead them to find the information, and just know that there is a wealth of information on our workstation, and none of this that we're talking about now is anything that I did not already get on the workstation. So I know that sometimes it can be frustrating trying to find things on the workstation, and I know they're working on that, but I have found that it's been really, for me, it's gotten a little easier to find things on the workstation. So that's what we're here to help you to today. And from this point forward is to help you lead your new consultant. So Carrie, do you have anything you want to add as far as like just best advice before we dive in?
Like you said, visit your workstation, become really familiar with it. Everything you need really is on there. Sometimes, like Kelly said, finding it's hard. If you need a boost in the right direction, always post on the team page, because maybe other people are asking where something is, but they don't want to ask their sponsor. Their sponsor didn't know, so they didn't know who to ask next. Use your team as a resource after you check the workstation yourself.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, about our team pages. But first I want to dive in, and I want to give you this training because we're trying to keep it to a minimum. We're trying to keep this to 30 minutes so that we can make sure that we value your time. We will be available afterwards for Q&A if you need any other questions answered that maybe we did not get to. So the first thing that's really, really important is to contact your new consultant within 24 hours. Most of the time, you already know your consultant, but sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll get that random consultant that has just joined off of your website. So no matter whatever the situation is, make sure that you contact them within the first 24 hours, as soon as possible, preferably within the first few hours of them joining. And share your excitement, because they're excited. They just pushed that join button, and your enthusiasm feeds off of theirs. Give them a welcome packet. And again, this is your business. So what my welcome packets look like and what your welcome packets look like and what Carrie's welcome packets look like are all very different. And in my almost 11 years, I've been all around the board with welcome packets. My best thing is just keep it simple. So now my welcome packet is a simple text that has the, of course, they know my phone number, but it has the consultant support number. It has a link to our team page, and that's my welcome packet, because I just think that the simpler you keep things, you want to make sure that you can repeat this no matter if you have one new team member or 10 in a month. And so whatever you do now, make sure that it is, what's the word? Duplicatable. Thank you. Make sure that it's duplicatable. So that's one thing also that I've learned through the years, is to keep it really simple. And then make sure that you're adding them to the team and the group pages. So we've had lots of conversations about different pages and things like that. I know some of you guys even have your own team page, and that's fabulous. I think that's exciting because you're showing leadership right off the bat, which is amazing. There's a wealth of information in numbers. And so I know Carrie has an amazing group page. We have a big group page that consists of some of Carrie's group and my group and some of my other leaders groups as well. So as of right now, the GLOWS group has a units that we've been adding to, and that's going to be extremely important that you tag your new team members in the unit on the GLOWS group page. There's a unit that says new consultants start here. So within the first 24 hours, you're going to welcome them. You're going to share your excitement. You're going to send whatever welcome packet you have, and you're going to add them to the respective team pages and the group page and tag them in the GLOWS group, new consultants start here, because that is going to be, you'll be able to, on that unit, you'll be able to see who's completed that. I think, I'm pretty sure that I'm not sure if it's me that sees it or if everybody sees it, but if you've tagged somebody, I can follow up and make sure that they have completed that unit. So is there any, Carrie, do you have anything to add on as far as that goes?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to let you take over to the get to know them, discover their why.
So we talk a lot about discovering your why within Scentsy, and I can tell you from my own experience, when I first started, I didn't have a why, but it took me a very short amount of time to realize that once I had one, I was doing way better. So you want to get your new consultants, your new teammates off on a good start. So question them about what their why is. Dig deep. Don't just let them say, I want to make a little extra spending money. Well, why? Keep asking them why until you get to where they're coming from. Maybe they want to make a little extra money. Okay, why? Because Susie wants to take and I can't afford them. Okay, why do you want to do that for her? And then you come to find out that, you know, she's a single mom and her daughter's the highlight of her life, and she wants to do anything she can to give her a better chance of doing the things that she wants growing up. So now you know her why, and you can keep bringing her back to that when she's having a tough time, when she's thinking about, oh, I was off to a good start, but now I'm not. All right, Susie, remember, the reason you're doing this is so your daughter can have those dance lessons. You love her so much, you want to make sure that she's getting all the things that she wants. Make sure their why is something that's personal and meaningful to them. Because if it's not, and all they're saying is, oh, I just want to make some extra money, they haven't really thought about why they've joined. So your job as a sponsor is to figure that out with us.
Exactly. And write that down. I'm not sure if she said that or not, but it's really important for you to write it down. So however it is, another thing too is be organized. So whether you have 1 recruit, 10 recruits, or you're thinking about recruiting, be organized. So have a system. For me, again, I've been all across the board, and you just have to find a system that works for you at the time. Currently, I'm back to paper as far as my new consultants, and I write everything down. So keep a log of their why, and on the workstation that you can find, I should have gotten that first, but I'll post it. But on the workstation, you can find like a new consultant log sheet, and it'll help you figure out their why, their birthday, things that they love, just things like that, just so that you can really get to know them a little bit better. There's also, when they join, they get on their workstation, they get a first things first checklist. It's really important that they complete this. Again, remember, it's their business, not yours. You're just there to inspire them to do that. Give them small tasks at a time, because I know it's very overwhelming, especially when you're coming on. And if you're, Carrie and I were talking the other day, if you're just a hobbyist joining this little candle company and you log onto your workstation and it's like this 20 tasks, I think there's actually 10, but of things that you need to complete, you can quickly get turned off and just not even want to log in. that's what you don't want. You want to keep it really simple for them. Give them just little bitty tidbits of things to do, and then have them check back to you. So the first one is watch the new consultant orientation. So tell them, okay, I want you to watch the new consultant orientation, and then I want you to get back to me once you've done that. And you can even ask them, like, what's your favorite takeaway, or what did you learn from it, or whatever. The next one, I think, is tour the workstation. And encourage them to, you can go through it with them if you want. You can sit there on a Zoom call, or if you're there in person, you can do that and go through the workstation. But I like for them to just explore it on their time, because then they start getting into more, and then they discover, oh, here's trainings, oh, here's the Cincy Success Store. And I actually have them put in a mock order and have them delete it, because that way they can work on bundle in saves and things like that. But just make sure they know they're not going to break the workstation, so they can play around with it however they want. Carrie, you want to talk about awards?
Sure. So maybe you know, maybe you don't know, the Shooting Star Award, the first award that you can earn with Cincy. And that gives you 15 days to sell 500 PRV. Right now they are getting a little bit of an extension because of the current circumstances, but I don't know how long that's going to be for. So instead of sharing that with them right off, try to still get them to do their 515 days. So that award for them gives them the opportunity to purchase an additional kit. For you, it gives you a little charm, and it also gives you a $25 credit that you can use to help build your business. This is the little award you get, little charm for a pin, whatever you chose, for helping them reach Shooting Star. And if they're hitting Shooting Star, that's a great thing to carry on with them throughout the time that they're a consultant, because once you hit leadership, you need that 500 anyways. So just encourage them. And like Kelly and I were saying earlier, instead of telling them, you know, this is the Shooting Star, tell them the people on our team all shoot for the Shooting Star. Just set the standard as we all try for this. We all are earning the Shooting Star. And then as you're moving through that, you have the sensational start. So once you earn the Shooting Star, you have 90 days to purchase that kit. So for the people who just signed up, they might think $200 is a lot to purchase the kit. So share with them, you can actually almost get that for free, because now I'm going to help you work towards your sensational start. With the sensational start, with the different levels, they're getting different credit that they can in turn use to buy their Shooting Star kit. So it's going to bring down that cost, because they have 70 days to get to Shooting Star. To Sensational Start. They can use their credit, roll it right into their Sensational Start kit. Just setting the example with them right from the beginning and letting them know how they can earn it and why they want to earn it is really important.
Also, I just wanted to interject on that, but statistically, consultants who have a launch party within their first 15 days and schedule at least 3 additional parties have a higher rate of success than consultants who don't, okay? So when you're thinking about getting them to the award, it's not just about getting them to there, it's about helping them reach that. Because again, they don't really realize how they can reach that. They're going to tell their friends and their family how, that they're in business, and that's it. So if they don't have a launch event, then it's really hard for them to just earn that $500. But if you help them at their launch event, then you can, they're statistically going to be more successful in the long run. And this goes for everybody, me, Carrie, every single person on this call and in our groups, is that we should all be partying. So even though we're in quarantine and all the things, it doesn't matter. When you are doing parties, your business is thriving. I know a lot of people sell $2,000 a month just on follow-ups, and that's fantastic. But that I used to be one of those. But I've actually, since quarantine, I started partying more. And you know what happened to me then? I started recruiting more. I was not recruiting like I used to recruit, and it was because I wasn't booking parties. So this is the lifeline of our business. Would you agree, Carrie?
I would agree. I was talking with my husband the other night about this, how when I was throwing parties, several parties a month, I was bringing in way more PRV, and therefore my paychecks were higher.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you're meeting new people. I mean, it really is the best thing to do is to book parties, because with follow-ups, I mean, that's fantastic, but I mean, you have to do all of it. You really need to do every aspect of your business in order to have a successful business. And this wasn't really part of what we talked about, but it just came to my mind too, is that now that you've recruited, you should have no less than $500 PRV every single month, because as a leader, and that's what you are, whether you have one person or 20, it doesn't matter. You're a leader. You now have a team under you, and that's not to be scary, but what that does mean is that you need to set the bar. You need to set the example, and there's no way you're going to get paid on your team if you don't have the $500. So just don't settle for any less. Realistically, you've got to have your 500. And how are you going to do that? By having parties. That's the bottom line. So leading us into that is help them with their launch party. So whether you're local or you're not, I have very few local here to me. So most of mine I do online. Okay, all my launch parties I try to do online. And if they want an in-person home party, and obviously I'm not there locally, then I Zoom with them during their party so that they feel more comfortable. I'm helping them. Sometimes, and most of the time, I'll try to give the presentation for them on Zoom, but they're there to help make the connections with their customers. They're there to help smell the scents, things like that. But it's really important, just like Carrie was talking about earlier, is like we set the bar that all of our team members, we really strive to earn Shooting Star. Whether you purchase the kit or not, that's what you do. You strive to earn that because it's an award nonetheless. Sensational Start, it's an award again. So we shoot to earn those. The same thing with our launch party. We aim as a team to always be there for our consultants' launch parties. And it's really important to try to do the first launch party for them. And then the next event that they have, then you still be there to support them, but have them do it, because it's just that little comfort, that comfort zone that you give them. Also help them to create their list of 100. And this is important to do right off the bat, because if they don't have 100 people that they can sell to, then I mean, they're going to struggle. They're really going to struggle. So I want to ask this: how many of you have your list of 100? If you want to raise your hand, or if you want to interject, how many of you struggle with this? Don't all talk at once. It's okay.
I struggle with that.
You struggle with making the list?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Me too.
you too? Okay. So here's the deal. Carrie has a really great way that she recommends, and I'm going to let you talk about that, Carrie, because I loved how you help your people get to their list of 100.
Okay. When you're 100 people, you're probably thinking, I don't know 100 people, right?
Mhm.
I know at the beginning. So I kind of broke it down. And this is what I tell people who are coming to me and saying they're struggling with their list. All you need to find is 10 people. You must know 10 people, right? Everyone on this call knows 10 people they can talk to. So take your 10 people. I don't know if you can see this. Put them in a circle, their names, whatever, and then branch out from it. Okay, so you know Nancy. You grew up with Nancy, so you know Nancy's sisters. She's got 2 sisters, and she's got her mom. So you put them in their next circle that go out. You're still chatting with Nancy often, so you know a little bit about her. Nancy has a daughter. Add her on there. Nancy's sister each have 2 kids. One has a son who's just got married, so you want to add his wife on there. And you start building out from there. All right, now let's move on to Polly. Polly has
A
a
cracker.
sister and a cracker. She has all these people. So you're building your list, and before you know it, you have 100 people on this list. So it's a lot easier to think of it in terms of, let's find 10 people, and then let's talk about those 10 people and go from there.
So you're going to have homework tonight. This is just part 1 of your homework. So if you do not currently have a list of 100, you need to have a list of 100, because you can't train your new team member to get a list of 100 if you don't currently have a list of 100. So who sponsored somebody this week? Anyone? Okay, Ronnie, I see a thumbs
did.
up. Okay, Edith, you sponsored somebody this week. They just now, they're no longer part of your list of 100. So guess what? Every single time you sponsor, you need to revisit your list of 100, because you always have to have a list of 100. So it's important to always revisit this. I try to revisit it once a month, because some people just stop buying. Some people just, some recruit, and that with every recruit, you're going to lose customers. That's just inevitable. But guess what? Just think of one more person to add to that list, and then branch off there like Carrie did. So your homework, every single one of you tonight, is to get a list of 100. And then you're after that, then you're going to help your new team members get their list of 100. So even if they've been a consultant for a while, it doesn't matter. I want you to focus on building their list of 100. It makes this business so much easier. Okay, so moving on, because I know we have about 5 minutes, but we're going to go a little over, but not too much. Anyway, so helping them with their parties, helping them find their list of 100, encouraging them to place an order within the first 2 weeks of joining. This is really important too, because again, just like we strive to earn Shooting Star, we strive to do all these things, we strive to place an order within 2 weeks of joining. I'm sorry, I'm going to mute whoever is.
Never used it. No,
who is that? I thought it looks like everybody's mute. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Gotcha. Nope. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Just to help the recording. Anyway, so back to this about helping them build their list of 100, helping them place an order within the first 2 weeks. Really, they're going to be much more successful. And just like I told you at the beginning, not just having their launch party, but helping them book 3 additional parties. So like the example Carrie gave. So Nancy's on your list. Well, try to book a party with Nancy's aunt, because then Nancy's aunt is going to know at least 10 more people that you don't know. And it's just going to keep branching off from there. So the more parties you book from people that you don't know or know very little, that's going to help you branch out and help your new team members branch out as well. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, Carrie already talked about the $25 bonus. So again, try to earn that every time. I could think of a lot of things I could do with $25, and I'm just getting paid to help my new team member be successful. Thank you. I would love to do that. Make sure that you direct them on the training center. Remember I said you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to teach them where to go. So if you're logged into your workstation right now, fantastic. I want you to go up into, I'm going to actually share my screen with you for a second, just so that you guys can see this. Hang tight. Let me get on there. I want to show you a few things that are really easy to navigate around in the workstation. So let me get to where I kind of wanted to go.
I've been trying to get to know the workstation. I've been looking at it every day and trying to get to know more about it so I can get more comfortable when I'm in there.
Perfect. And that's exactly what you're not going to break it. That's exactly what you have to do. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So all I did was I went to my dash. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to go to the training center. So I just clicked on the training center, and then here, do you see where it says browse by topic? Click there. and this is very organized, I find, to whatever you're looking for. So if you're needing help with new sponsors, click on new sponsors. And here's a training for new sponsors. It's very similar to what we're going over now. Here's new consultant emails that Scentsy sends out to your new consultant so you can see what they're getting. Here's a new sponsor checklist. I'm going to click on that. I want you guys to download this. Okay, I'm just going to show I'm going to show a little PDF of it. But again, it's welcome your team member within 24 hours. It's nothing that we haven't talked about here. Help them with their launch party, but you can actually physically check it off. Help them with their follow-up. So it goes beyond their launch party, right? We all know that after the launch party, that's just the beginning. You've got to help your new consultant following up. Help them with their Amy app if you use Amy. If you don't, that's fine. Whatever system you use, teach that to them. And if they want to look into other training systems, other follow-up systems, they can. So I want you to look for this, the new sponsor checklist. There's the first things first checklist. This is the checklist that your new consultant gets. So this is how, when I told you at the beginning that I wanted you to just be real simple and give them little tasks, this is what I want you to do. I want you to just go on. My internet's going to be very slow. Anyway, it's not loading, but I want you to just go on and give them 2 tasks to do and then report back to you. There we go. Watch the new consultant orientation. And if you want to see what they're watching, you can watch it too. Tour the workstation. Once you've done that, then check back to me. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is schedule your launch event and make your list of 100. Once you've done that, check back to me. So you give them little bitty bites of things that you're going to do. Now, if you need help, let's go back to the training center. I'm going to click out of there. You see, I went back. Well, let's see. How did I get there? Training. Oh, bless you, baby. If I need help with selling and sponsoring, here, let me go back. I don't like doing it that way.
I have a question. What on the Amy app? What does that do? Because I see it, but I don't know. What's the function for that one?
So the Amy app here. Let me stop sharing my screen really fast. The Amy app is a follow-up app that you can use, and it is free. And depending on what kit, and Carrie, if you might clarify for me, I was trying to look in the workstation yesterday and I just didn't find anything on it. I know with the $99 kit, you get Amy free for 4 months. I'm not sure with the host kit. I can't remember if you get it or not, and I don't think that with the $20 kit you get it. But it is a free app that you can download, and it syncs with your workstation, which is super awesome. So any orders that go into the workstation, it gives you follow-up reminders. So it's based on the 2-2-2 follow-up. So that's follow-up within 2 days of them receiving their orders, 2 weeks, again, following up, and then again, 2 months. So it'll pop up in your reminders. So let me just see if I can show you here.
Okay.
And it's kind of, I know there's like a glare, but anyway, so here's the Amy app. So here is my current to-dos. So here it says re-engage with new customers. It even has a team tab where I can connect and build with my frontline, my team, connect with your customers, grow and support your team. And then the cool thing is that you can make a template. And so, like, for example, my template right now says, this is my following up on an order. It says, hi, so-and-so, and it'll insert their name. How are you doing on your Scentsy stash? I'm placing a bulk order this week with free shipping. If I can get you any new products, wax, laundry, cleaning products, even a gift so you can avoid the stores, please let me know. And then I sent a link to the new flippable catalog that's now on our workstation, on our website. So the cool thing is that it automatically generates those reminders for me. And every day I just make a point to do all the follow-ups that I have. You can track samples in there. Amy is a really cool app. I do pay the premium price, which is like, I don't know, $60 a month, maybe. $60 a year. Sorry, a year. $60 a year. Yeah, I know.
month one.
I gave everybody a heart attack. No, it's like $60 a year. And I think you can break it up into a monthly expense. But guys, this is a write-off too. So I personally love it. I do know people that don't love it. So again, you have to, Carrie, I'm not sure you use it. I don't think you loved it, or has that changed?
I haven't started using it again yet, but I didn't love it.
Mhm.
I didn't have cell service at my house, and I'm home all the time. So to be able to actually send the service,
That's
to
right.
send the texts.
Yeah.
Um,
So how do you
so
follow up?
now that I keep a binder system, I'm in the middle of cleaning my house right now. So if I can't find everything, I use one of these accordion files.
Okay.
Each one has a month. Their order form goes in it with a sticker that has the date of their first order, the date of, I do a 113 follow-up, so what the week later is, what the month later is, and then the 3 month. And then as I finish them, they get moved to the next. So we're in May. After I've done their 1 week, I move it into June's thing. And then after June, I move it into August. So
So, I mean, as you can see, it really, there's no right or wrong way. It's just what works for you. I do homeschool, but outside of quarantine, I'm not home much. So my phone works great because my phone is always with me. So it's important that you teach your new consultant and yourself to just be diversified. And honestly, what works for me today may not work for me tomorrow. And we always have to be adapting in our business. We learned this the hard way a couple months ago when we all got stuck at home. We had to adapt to a new way of running business. And if you don't adapt, you're going to get left behind. And I don't mean that in an ugly way. I just mean it to be, it's the truth. We have to always be adapting. And that's just life in general. So real quick, because I know some people do have to go at the 30-minute mark, we will stay and answer more questions, but let me finish this real quick. Was there anything else, Carrie, that you wanted to add on the training tab? I didn't finish showing the workstation, but you guys got the gist of it. But was there anything you wanted to add there?
I just wanted to add about to take advantage of the Tuesday training calls that they do.
Right.
The consulting training. Those are available to everyone. You just have to sign up for them on the workstation. You'll get the link, and it's always a different topic. And it's always consultants that have been, well, not always, because sometimes home office does them, but it's people who've been in the field, and our expertise is whatever they're discussing. So you want to get their tips from them for sure.
Yeah, and they're not very long. I mean, I think they try to keep them at 30 minutes. And I haven't been on a live one in a long time because we do homeschool. It's really hard in the middle of the day. But they're all recorded on and put on the training center within a few days. Do they still do giveaways on the live calls, Carrie?
I haven't listened to them in the past 2 months since we've been doing our remote learning, but they were prior to that.
Yeah, so that's another perk, is that they do give giveaways away, and I've won them before, so they're kind of nice. And hey, if it's for free, it's always for me. Another thing too is the power launch. So that's something important that you tell your new consultants, is that within their 70 days, they can take advantage of substantial discounts that they get on business supplies like labels and business cards, and all that can be found in the Scentsy Success store. And then I kind of touched on it earlier, but coach them after their launch event, because that's where the magic is going to happen. A lot of times they give up because they have an amazing launch event, and then their business dies out because they don't reach out beyond that list of 100. And then they have customers that order every 3 to 4 months because it was all their friends and family that ordered from them originally. So again, it's important for you to help them with their follow-ups, get a follow-up system together at the very beginning of their business. Another thing is to help them to know that it is important to label everything that leaves their house. Samples, catalogs, orders, everything needs to have a label, because you never know where that's going. They might go to Nancy, who bought it for a gift for Susie, who has gifted it to Polly. And so Polly may not know how to get a hold of you, right? So it's important that every single piece of anything that leaves your house is labeled. And I'm talking about for you to instill that in your new consultants. help them schedule new parties with hosts. A lot of times I found that what consultants struggle with the most at the beginning is what to say. So if you struggle with that or you need help, get on the training center. There are different conversations. Get with your sponsor, get with myself, Carrie, any of your leaders. We're all here to help you. So speaking of that, I forgot to mention that at the beginning, but it's really important that, like she mentioned, is that if you have a question, and ask it on the group page or the team page, because you're not the only one that has that question or has ever had that question. So you could help somebody else. But the first place that everyone should look is the workstation, then go to the team or group pages, then your sponsor, then your director, then your star director, then myself. We're all here to help you, but it's important to try to find that information yourself, or go to your sponsor. Let's see. Asking for referrals, that's really important too. That's something that you want to help to teach your new consultants. Ask for referrals. There's some other things. Oh, another thing too is help them, like Carrie said, is register for the training calls. Make sure they know how to register for those calls. Talk to them about the subscriptions that we have. A lot of times if they don't, I have seen consultants join and they've not gotten a website, even though it's free for 3 months. I don't know if they just didn't want to enter their credit. I don't know why. It's important that you make sure that they know they have a website free for 3 months and they need to utilize that website. And nowadays, I don't find that you can do any kind of business without having a website, because if you don't have a personal website, I'm talking your consultants, you too, if you don't have one, you can't sponsor anybody. That's the only way you can sponsor somebody, is if you have a website. That's the only way you can take these pre-orders, the NFL, the Yoda, the only way that you can do that. When we have flash sales, the only way you can do that is you have to order on your website. So I used to tell people, well, see if you use it, and if you don't, then you can cancel it. But now I always just tell people it's $10. It's a cost of doing business. And I know $10 is a lot sometimes, especially if you're on a tight budget. But then just make a point to sell enough to cover that cost, because it's really, again, it's a cost of doing business. Make sure they know about the warmer and scent of the month. Make sure they know about the whiff box and the Scentsy Club and all those things. And the last thing that I have, and Carrie, I'm going to ask if you have anything else, but the last thing that I have is make sure that they download the the product training guide. The product training guide is an amazing tool for you as a sponsor, as well as your new consultants. Depending on what kit you get, you also get that with your kit. But if you didn't, you can find it on the workstation by going in the search bar and typing in product training guide. And it has all the information that you ever needed to know on how to sell every product that we have. It's really important. And the last thing is that I recommend, as a sponsor, for you to download the new consultant startup guide, because that way you see what they're getting. And that changes maybe every 6 months, sometimes every year. They change it with every catalog sometimes. So make sure that you're downloading that so that you can stay up to date in case awards have changed. And I'm going to tell you firsthand, because I did not used to do that. I used to have my consultant startup guide when I started, and I didn't realize that some of the awards had changed, and I was trading on one way, and then all of a sudden they're like, I hit my 5,000 for my sensational start. Why didn't I get it? And I was like, oh my God, it changed to 6,000, and I didn't even know, because that was not good. So don't get caught up in my shoes. Make sure you're always staying up to date with the new consultant guide. So Carrie, do you have anything you want to add before we open it up for questions?
I don't. I think
All right.
you covered it.
So we're going to open it up for questions or comments or anything. So you could unmute yourself and ask away.
Well, you know that I'm pretty new to Scentsy, so I started on the April the 28th. So I'm getting addicted to it because I love all the products.
And already hit certified and already sponsored. You're doing amazing.
Thank you. And I really like it. And I really got my mother addicted to the products too.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's how it all starts.
Yeah, but the only thing I think that I don't know I need to work on is how, I try to do at least like when we have the Star Wars launch it and tell to the people that I think I know that they would love Star Wars and all that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go beyond there. I need to find new people how to get their attraction to
Yeah.
come to what I have.
Yeah. So remember, your homework is to do a list of 100 or start with the 10 and branch off from there, because that's going to be the list that you're going to start off with. And then you can branch off from there. You'll always meet new people. So you just need to remember to add them to your list. So for sure. That's
And-
going
And
to be really important.
lunch parties, it has to be online, or can we do it like a lunch party in somebody's house too? When
It,
this-
it depends on your state. So I mean, we used to do that. I never used to do as much online party as I have now. Online, I mean, in person to me is always better because you build that connection better. I am not a huge online person, but when you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice. So for sure, person to person is always better. And a party doesn't have to be this huge extravagant thing. It could be in a coffee shop. It could be, 5 people sitting around a dining room table. It doesn't have to be anything major.
Right.
So for sure.
There's a couple of things that I've done to attract new customers. One thing I've done is I've posted about samples on or Happy Mail on Marketplace.
Good.
And I send them a sample for like a month. And then if they don't purchase anything, I will send them a message asking them about a party. I've gotten parties that way. Actually, that's just how I got one of my new recruits. Is we were supposed to start a party on Sunday, and Saturday she turned it into her launch party. I didn't even know she was signing up. Another thing I like to do is when I post something on my page, I boost it. Yes, it costs me $10 for the week. Sometimes I get an order, sometimes I don't, but I did get a new recruit out of it this last time I posted about the $20.
That's perfect. That's some great advice too, because you have to see, again, it goes with like getting your website. It costs money to make money sometimes, and you don't want to go and spend a ton of money. That's the cool thing about Scentsy, we don't have to, but you just evaluate it. Try it out for a month. If it works, then keep doing it. If it doesn't, then try something new.
Yep.
Really fast before anybody else has to leave, I forgot that we have one more. Remember I told you have 2 homework assignments? So we have another homework assignment for you is so the list of 100, and the second one is to sponsor somebody new before the end of the week so that you can implement all the things that we taught you. Right, Carrie? Was that did I say that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so don't forget.
I think we should hold ourselves to that too.
I'm up for it. I'm ready.
We should be in.
I agree. We should. All right. So because we have to practice what we preach. All right, it's on. So let's see. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people. That includes me. Yep, that includes me. So by the end of the week, we should have 11 new people from every single one of you.
12.
12. Oh, there you go. 12. Okay. So hello. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to post in the, how about we just do it in the Glows group?
Yep.
Post that you accept the challenge so that way we know, and you'll be getting Happy Mail from us if you follow up with your challenge. Got it?
Okay.
So 2 things. You have to do both. List of 100, help your new recruits do a list of 100, and sponsor a new team member. So there's really 3. All right, I'm opening it back up for questions.
Alrighty. I accept the challenge. I'll do my best, but you know that
That's all you can do.
I can do it.
All right. That's all you can do. Is you can just try. The more conversations you have, the better it is. And if you want to take it a step further, challenge your new team members to recruit. That's the best thing to do, guys. I don't think that we talked about that too. We meant to, is that when you sponsor somebody, always ask them to bring somebody along with them on the journey. because it makes it much more fun, right, Luli? I mean, you brought somebody on within the first few months. Same thing with you too, Edith, I think. Like within your first month, you're already recruiting, and that's the best thing to do. You don't have to know all the things. Learn it with somebody. So if you
Actually,
wanna
my
go start
daughter
learning.
joined the week after I did.
Yeah, see?
Well, that's nice. The person that I recruited, she was like she's not too familiar, you know, with the computers and all that. And she told me after the call, after, you know, I told her, listen, I have time for you now if you are want to do it. She said, yes, please, because I don't know what I'm doing. So she was struggling with the computer, so I was helping her and everything. And then it took me a little while to get her to, you know the stuff. But one thing that she did tell me, she said, thank you. And I go forward. She says, you didn't hesitate. Another person would already given up on me and wouldn't even try, you know, to continue helping me.
It's rewarding. It's rewarding to help somebody, and that's good. That's your I think it's amazing. We're blessing lives, guys. We have this amazing opportunity right in front of our hands, and why are we not sharing it? And I've shared the $20 join special all month long. I have 2 new team members already, and neither of them bought the $20 kit. You know, I mean, it just is a gateway to help us talk more about it. Maggie, yes. So, and Ronnie is right. If you need me to show you on sharing my screen, I can help you there. But you can change the language, and then it'll be available in Spanish. You can also buy Spanish catalogs and stuff as well. So yes.
So I have to change the language first and then go back to the training.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you need me to show you how to do it on a screen
I
share?
think I know how to. I think I know how to do that. I just like to print out some of the stuff because I do have some consultants that don't speak English, and so I'd like to share the sensational tips for a sensational start in Spanish. So I'll go ahead and do that. I think.
Yeah. Also too, if they want to, they can change their language to be Spanish. So then all the things that they get, like all the emails and everything they get, will come in Spanish. But as far as like for you sharing stuff, absolutely, you can share that in Spanish, like the product training guide. Because I remember I just helped somebody find that in Spanish. It's available.
We don't speak English.
Okay. Any other questions or comments or anything, guys?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Michelle.
I've not done an in-home party yet. I'm fairly new to this, but we had scheduled one for May 30th. Is there some sort of like skit I'm supposed to do, or is it okay just kind of just sit around and talk about stuff, or what's the protocol?
It's whatever you're most comfortable with. I prefer to. I'm a big squirrel. I have to have kind of talking points, or I will go off script like no other, and we'll be here for 4 hours. So if you go on the workstation and you type in you can type in launch party under the training center, and you can see they'll have guidelines for the parties. But again, remember, this is your business. Of course, we have to stay within our compliance, but a home party, really, there's nothing much you can do that is out of compliance. But you can do whatever you're most comfortable with. If you just want to sit around and share what you love most about Scentsy, by all means, then do that. If you want more of a guideline, then that's available for you on the workstation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think, and if you can't find it, let me know. I'm happy to share with you on how to do that. But yeah. Any other questions that you guys have?
Let me ask you, on Facebook, let's say I decide to do a live, you know, just explaining the products, what we have. What if a customer tells me, oh, I want to buy it? Can I buy it what you have, what you're showing me right now?
You're saying on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook Live.
No, you may not. So part of our rules for compliance is that you cannot share that you have inventory on hand in a social setting, in an online setting, or in a public setting, right? Other than like an actual event that you do at a craft fair or something like that. What you could do is just say, you know what, I'll message you after the party. And if you message them privately, then you can say, yes, I have this available for purchase right now. But you cannot say that or post that online at all.
Okay. That's what I wanted to, because like I said, I wanted to do some week for show, like I want to show, because some customers that don't understand too much the warmers, how they work. So I wanted to.
Yeah, but absolutely show them, do that, show them that you have this available. I mean, you have this in your hands. I like to go live when I go live in my VIP group when I get new products in or just have customer orders that I want to show. And even if I have it as part of my inventory, I always tell them I can order it for you. And then I message them immediately and say, guess what? You're in luck. I have this product available right now if you want to buy it.
Okay, that's good to know.
Uh-huh. Right. What else, guys?
I'm good. I'm good. I don't know if anybody else.
Okay.
I have a question. I had signed up a new team member out of Nevada, and I can't seem to be able to invite her to any of the groups.
Are you friends
When I
with her?
tried- Yep. I'm friends with her, and
I
for
have the
some
same
reason-
issue.
So why don't you give them the link to the groups and then we can approve and then they'll join on their own. That's sometimes I have to do that. I don't know. Facebook is funky, guys.
It is.
Just saying. It's
And
bipolar.
lately they've been changing the stuff on Facebook and doing some new stuff that is cool.
I know. It's Facebook. Me and social media just do not. I don't love social media. So I don't know. For me, if you ever need to get a hold of me, my cell phone, although my cell phone's kind of being crappy right now, but you can private message me. But social media and I just hate each other. I don't love it. Don't love it. But anyway, so yeah, just give them the link. Hopefully that'll help. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Anything else? Don't forget to, before I forget, tomorrow night, same exact time. So 6:30 Mountain Time, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. We have our new consultant training. We're going to try to keep that to 15 to 20 minutes, again, because we don't want to overwhelm the new consultants with too much, but we do want to help get them off to the right start. So please invite your new consultants to that tomorrow night. Tag them on Facebook. All right. Anything else before we call it a night? Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being on. Me and Carrie are grateful, and we're so proud of you guys, and we're looking forward to expanding by at least 12 before the end of the month, and going from there. So don't forget to post I'll just make a post and it'll say, do you accept the challenge? And then you guys can comment on that. So that way, you know that you'll get happy mail if you recruit, and then make sure you tell us if you recruit, because I'm not going to be paying attention to who was on the call and who recruited. So, and then share with your sponsor or your director your list of 100 too. Okay. Let's be amazing, guys. I'm proud of each and every one of you.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate everybody that was here and all the advice that they gave me, their tips. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for your questions. They're important because other people have the same. So I appreciate it, guys. And have a good night. Thanks, Carrie.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Good night, everybody. And